Morning, everyone! How's everyone doing today? Everyone feeling frisky and warm? No? That's all right. We're going to get there. Well, welcome back to day 2 here at beautiful Virginia International Raceway with 10 track days, brought to you by Quantum Speedworks. My name is Jack Beecham. I think it is on. It's just turn it down a little bit. Why'd you turn it down? All right. Is that a little bit better? Hey, there we go. So welcome back, everybody, for day 2. If you're a Sunday-only driver, thank you for coming out. I promise the weather will get a little bit better. First thing I want to do is everyone that was here yesterday, I want to give y'all a big round of applause because y'all just did a fantastic job. We had minimal stoppages, only a couple black flags. Go out there and recover disabled vehicles or some of that found a tire barrier out there. So overall, it was a fantastic day. Had very few complaints overall, and that's tough. We were on the short course. It's very easy to get frustrated while you're out there, especially when you've got that kind of track density on a lap that short. So today, everything is going to be a lot more fun for everyone. We're gonna open up the lap, and y'all are going to be able to get up to full speed pretty quickly. If y'all are having a hard time hearing me, look at all the empty space in front of you. Why don't y'all take a few steps forward? I mean, we still want to be a little bit socially distanced, but if you got 30 feet, between you and the next driver, you're more than welcome to take a few steps forward. I can only yell so loud. I got to save that voice for anybody that does anything silly out there and takes track time away from you. So, talking about mistakes that were made yesterday, and we did see a few. And that's just part of driving. We're all going to make mistakes every now and then, but a key thing is recognizing those mistakes. And it's also possible to recognize those mistakes before they even happen. So how many of y'all have made a mistake while you were out on track before? Now, how about this? I've got a giveaway I'll do today. We've got plenty of merchandise in the trailer. I have a free shirt for the first driver that will tell me a mistake that they made yesterday on track. Nobody made any mistakes on track yesterday. Yes, sir. Got tired, stayed out longer than you should have. Has anybody else done that before? I have. Come by the trailer after the meeting. I've got a shirt for you. That, everybody, is humility. When we're out there on track, we always find ourselves driving with passion. But at the same time, we need to also remember to drive with humility. Recognize your mistakes. If you're starting to get sloppy, go ahead and come into the paddock. That way, our mistakes don't compound. Hey, there we go. He found the volume knob. See, that's why we bring the pros in, because I don't know which knobs to turn. This is the only thing I know what to do with. All right, is that a little bit better for everyone? Okay, now I can save my voice. Apologies for that. Get our production value up a little bit. So recognizing those mistakes and acting on them. If you find yourself starting to get a little bit sloppy, maybe you're dropping tires off, maybe you're getting a little bit inconsistent, come into the pits for a little bit. On a day like today when it's really cold, you might feel like you're okay out there, but you're really already getting dehydrated. So be sure to be drinking plenty of fluids. If you're not going to the bathroom regularly, you're already probably dehydrated. Now, one of the most important things about recognizing mistakes is how do you react? Can I drive through it? Do I come into the pits? Do I park myself? What is the appropriate thing? Well, I have a 2-mistake rule. If I make 2 mistakes in one session, I go ahead and come in. Because something's not right. And a modification needs to be made. And the modification that needs to be made is inside my helmet. So whether it's taking a breather, getting myself hydrated, talking to friends, just finding something to get myself out of whatever funk I'm in, or maybe I'm just done for the day. Maybe I've worn myself out, worn my tires out, worn my brakes out. I want to go home, see my family, see my pets, and come back and see y'all at the next event. And I'll admit something. It's rather silly. I've had an off-track excursion before on a cool-down lap. I crashed a car on a cool-down lap. And if you ask me what I did, I can't tell you. For a fraction of a second, I was not driving my car. For a fraction of a second, I was a passenger. I was no longer in control. And the next thing I knew, I was in the concrete at the outside of Turn 3 at Road Atlanta, sending my dad pictures of my car, telling him that I was okay. It'll sneak up on you. Stay cognizant while you're out there. The other elephant in the room is this morning's weather. How many of y'all are on Hoosiers or Pirellis or Michelin Slicks? Might want to sit out the first session. Pirelli won't even ship tires if they're going to be under 40 degrees because they just won't work. You go out there, crack the sidewalls on Hoosiers, end up having a terrible time, ruin your sessions, ruin your day right at the beginning. So if you do decide to go out, morning warm-up, the morning track orientation session, take it slow. It's colder today than it was yesterday. It's very, very frosty out there, but it will get better. So baby steps. Get yourself up to speed, and everyone's going to have a lot of fun. I want to thank everyone for helping us out with mask compliance yesterday. Come up to the trailer, please have a mask on. I actually found this really helpful this morning. If your face is cold, put a mask on. It actually is really helpful. I'm actually going to toss mine back on as soon as I'm done doing this because I think my nose is going to fall off before the end. A couple things that VIR did bring up. If you are having issues with your car and you're trying to shake it down, please don't do so on the access roads. Yesterday we had Chump over on the south course, and there might have been a couple close calls over there near the admin building. So just be careful when you're driving around the paddock or driving around the access roads here. Also, if you have a garage, there is no fuel storage or refueling in the garages. Now think about it logically. You want to go home and refill your car in your living room. You're inside of a building, and that could turn very, very bad very, very quickly. But really, that's all I have. Yesterday went fantastic. Today's going to be even better. We're going to hit the highlights of the schedule, have a quick meeting with our one-day Sunday drivers, and then we're going to get you out on track because, my gosh, I know I'm cold, and I know the rest of you are cold as well, right? So, your day has already started. This morning we're going to do our first rotation. It's going to be 40-minute rotations, just like it was yesterday. Start off with that morning orientation session coming up at 8:30. 9 a.m. be our first rec group session. It'll also be our final classroom session in the nice heated classroom over there with Clint Owings. 9:40, first blue group, 10:20, first green. And then that's going to take us to our lunch period. Now today, we will not be doing parade laps during the lunch hour, unfortunately. There's another group that's coming in that will be using that hour. So at 12 o'clock, we'll go back hot with red group. There is no afternoon classroom session, so y'all can relax if you're novices. And then we'll follow that 30-minute rotation, red, blue, green, until we get to the 4:30 happy hour. Excuse me. Now, how many of y'all went out on happy hour yesterday? How was it out there? Pretty fun, right? Now, the Sunday afternoon happy hour is, our staff favorite because at that point, a lot of drivers have, worn themselves out, worn their cars out. They're heading home. A lot of people aren't local, get on the road early. And so we get out there, and there's lots of fantastic track time. Today, unfortunately, we will be checkering 30 minutes early. We'll be checkering at 5 o'clock instead of 5:30. There's another group here that lost some track time over the weekend because Patriot Course was not repaved. And VIR has asked us to donate 30 minutes to them. So sorry for the inconvenience. We will be checking 30 minutes early. If that has a big negative effect on you, please come by and talk to me at the trailer. And my sincere apologies for it. But like I said yesterday, we're a community, we're a family out here. This group, paid their fees, wanted to get out on track on the Patriot. It wasn't done being repaved. We're helping them out, and we would hope that they would help us out the same way if we were in the same situation. So it's a small inconvenience, but we're helping out our friends, in the motorsports industry. After that, we'll be able to get everybody out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And we'll be back to VIR in June 7th and 8th. Registration for that will be opening up in the next few weeks. Now, is there anything anyone wants to bring up from yesterday that they saw on track without naming any names or car descriptions that would benefit the rest of the group? Yes, sir. Yep, absolutely. So what he was saying is respect the novices while you're out there in happy hour. Recognize it is a blended session. Point buys will be a little bit slower, but if everyone respects each other, everyone will turn fantastic laps and have a great time. Put yourself in the novice's situation. Think about your first days on track. How would you have felt if somebody blew by you without a point buy? You might not have ever come back. It only takes one negative action out on track to ruin somebody's time. So remember, we are a family. We're all in this together. We all have the ability to turn some fantastic laps. And at the same time, we all have the ability to ruin somebody else's track day. And let's not do that. Nobody wants to be that driver. No, we came out here to use our vehicles as a form of entertainment instead of a form of transportation. No, so by God, let's do it. Let's get out there and have some fun today, especially this afternoon once it starts warming up. Remember, passing does require a point buy. It doesn't matter which run group you're in. Point buy to the left, pass on the left, point buy to the right, pass on the right. Also, allow the use of turn signals. If you're an intermediate and advanced, it's a lot of fun being able to keep your hands on the steering wheel. If you're doing passing, going into braking zones or into corners, I know I definitely prefer to have both of my hands on the steering wheel as often as I can. So, really, that's about it for our format and everything. I'm going to talk about our vendors real quick. Of course, we have Quantum Speedworks here. I know a few drivers got over there that were having some issues. Quantum was able to save their track weekend. They do have a tent set up in the middle of the paddock. It's about halfway up the hill. If you need something there, if you need tires mounted or anything, you head over to their shop in the Raceplex. Also, like I did yesterday, I want to introduce Ross Bentley and JD Kroll, who are here with Garmin and have their Garmin Catalyst available for use, and are also doing some seminars over in the lower classroom. And I'm going to turn it over to them for a second.
Morning, everybody. Wow. I think we got volume on that one. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that stopped by yesterday and tried out or checked out I was lucky enough to play a small role in developing it. So it's really fun for me to talk about it. Huge cool from Garmin is here as well. We're showing this around a little bit more today. If you haven't already signed up, you can sign up and get it with your card right up there. And also just wanted to say thanks to the rest of you or any of you that came up. I get when I'm at a racetrack, usually I'm coaching somebody or doing group coaching. And this weekend, kind of stuck in the little dungeon in the classroom downstairs below the garage. For those of you that came up and said hello and said, read one of my Speed Secrets books or watched the virtual track walks, thanks for coming by and saying hi. Do you want to talk a little bit about the logistics of who got signed up and what demo you're going to do? Thank you, Ross. Yes. The schedule is registration. Put this out. Take pictures. So you know when issue is going to be in class. It is split up into 30-minute blocks. The first two will be event third block and opportunity. And the last one, bring the demo units back
and people will review that as a group in the class. We can show them a big screen and talk about what the device monitor and tells us throughout the day. For those who want demo devices, there were a few pre-registered. You're on that list. Red Room, we wanted each of you to come up there to the garages, and we got the demo devices back in the car. We'll install it in your car. So specifically, I think we have Red Room for today. You can bring your car up there, and we'll get it installed early so that you can let it all day long. After that, I think we have Michael in the Blue Room, and we have a couple of demos available.
Just want to say thanks to Chin Tractor for letting
Awesome, Ross. Thank you. And let's give Ross and JD a big round of applause for coming out, because they could definitely be somewhere warmer, but they're here hanging out with us. Also, if you're down in the paddock, you look to your right, you can see that beautiful new Janetta sitting over there. If you want to know more about that, head over and talk to Brooke and Bear. They're happy to answer any questions. I believe they are offering some right seat rides and possibly some left seat drives. Go over and talk to them and find out about that awesome little machine. You know, pretty much everything that you'd want in a little race car, V6 power plant, sequential transmission, paddle shifts, everything, a race fan and, track day driver could ever want or need. And, of course, never can forget Bob with E-Tech Photo. Bob, how many shots did you get yesterday? A couple thousand.
All day today as well. Right, located right over by the flagpole.
Yep, so be sure to swing by underneath the flagpole and check out the shots of you and your ride out there on track. And, make sure that you take home, some stuff to show off to your friends and family afterwards, because we all know how much friends and family love to look at the pictures of you and the videos of you while you're out on track, right? All right. So, and also, almost forgot, Don over at the TMI store. I'm sure Don's hanging out there trying to stay warm. If you have any safety needs or want some VIR merchandise, be sure to swing over there and check out what they have to offer. All right, so if there's really nothing else, we're going to get y'all out on track. If you're a one-day Sunday driver, please hang out for just a second. If you're an instructor, we're going to get you to meet with Clint. Clint's right over here next to the tech shed for a quick meeting. Everybody else, I want to ask y'all, why are y'all here today? And who is responsible for your safety? Get out there and have some fun. We'll see you at Checkered Flag. One-day Sunday drivers, you want to hang out for just 1 second? We're going to have a quick talk, and then we're going to get you out there on track. All right, so one day. All right, if you're a one-day driver, is it anybody's first time to VIR? Everybody here's been to VIR before? So everybody knows how to get on and off the track, right? Perfect. When you do get on track, please abide by the blend line. Please stay driver's right all the way to apex turn 1. If you go left, or best case scenario, we give you a black flag. Worst case scenario, you have a car to car. Doesn't matter if you're the first car out or if you're going out for parade laps or whatever race you're going on the track. If you do go left, we will black flag you. We just want to make you denote it to muscle memory. The safest thing to do is stay driver's right. If you're coming into the pits and you're done with your session, move over driver's right, coming through hog pen, fist up in the air. This lets the drivers behind you know that you're going to be coming into the pits. It's also a valid passing signal, so don't be surprised when someone passes you. If you're in a vehicle with fixed windows, you can use your hazards to signal that you are coming into the pits. When you're hanging out here in the paddock, remember that VIR is very particular about their asphalt. If you're using jacks, jack stands, or putting down your trailer tongue, be sure to put a board underneath it. They will come over and fine you, even if you haven't damaged the asphalt yet. They are very, very particular. Also, stay out of the fire lanes. Same thing. VIR security is very, very strict. Let's put it that way. They will come find you, and they have a particular set of skills that they like to impose on everybody here at the paddock. Bottom line, let's leave VIR looking as beautiful as it is when we got here. That way we keep coming back here for years to come. If you're in your run group and you feel like you're getting held up a little bit, or wondering if you what it take to advance to a higher run group, come talk to us. I do have some space to move some drivers around, get somebody in the right seat with you maybe for a coaching session. So that's really it. Does anybody have any questions for me? Gridding on the grid. So middle road, turn right, through the fence. Then you'll pull up, and Danny will let you out of pit out. Show him your wristband. This lets him know you're in the correct run group. When he tells you to go, my gosh, get out there and have some fun. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If there's a butt in the seat, the window has to be down. So if you're by yourself, you can have the passenger window up. All right. Y'all are good to go. Have fun out there today. Hey, what's up, Mike? Good to see you, man. The morning rotation, the first lap will be under yellow. The morning track orientation session, the entire 30 minutes is under yellow. Absolutely. The direction. Yep. Yep. Or try to only do 3 blinks. If you have got a line of cars coming up behind you, don't just leave your blinker on. We ask if there's a pause in between. That way there's no ambiguity. Correct. USA rules. Yeah, Audi Club does European rules, which never makes sense to me. Did they really? Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's always been concerning to the rest of us. Because they were the only ones that did it. Okay, cool. That means everyone's on the same page as far as I know. But have fun. So we've already got you a solo bump up to blue group. Okay, go out in the first rotation. Feel like you're getting held up. Come by and talk to us. Yes, sir. Yeah, get a session under your belt. We do check rides until 2:30. The third session will be your last chance. I believe that's at 2:00. I'll need a little